Hello, hello. So today we are talking about the duality of design. So come on in, bring your questions, and let's see what this conversation has in store for us. So I'm going to pause a little bit and see who'd like to jump in. Hello there. So we are talking about the duality of design. And so when you think about design, it isn't singular. Like, it's not just about our space. The duality of interior design is that as we're working with the physical space of our home, something is happening on an internal level. And so we can work with the interior design of who we are. We can work with our perceptions, those things that are holding us back from what we want, because ultimately our home is a map. Our home is a map to the inner self, but also our home is like a map showing us these different areas of our life. And just like our health, like nothing in our life is singular. Nothing can stand alone. It's sort of like the organs in our body. Everything is interconnected. And this is true with design. And so everything you see in your environment, in your home, in the external environment, there's a connection to our internal environment. There's a connection to what's going on within our inner space, within our consciousness, and how we experience our life. And so when you think of design, there's the external experience, and simultaneously there's this internal experience, how we're thinking, how we're feeling, and our attitude and our mood. And because we spend so much time in our home, these processes that happen within our mind and within our nervous system, they become hard-grooved. So they become part of our habitual and cyclical patterns and routines and behaviors. And so our design gives us an opportunity to change what's happening within our mind. It also opens this window of information. What our space is communicating is also influencing how we communicate within ourselves, how we perceive our environment. And so we have this physical experience of our space, which it might be aesthetically pleasing, and that translates into a mental experience, an emotional experience, a physiological experience within our nervous system. And so an extreme example of this is if we were living in a prison cell, and how living in that space, even if it were just for 24 hours, how it's going to influence how we think, how it's going to influence how we feel, how it's going to influence the moments that follow. My chickens are hanging out next to me, so if you hear some strange, like pterodactyl dinosaur noises, those are my chickens. So we just want to bring our awareness to design, and it's not an elite sport. Like, design it's essential for each of us to understand this connection between our relationships in our home, our health in our home, our career and our home, because our home is delivering us feedback on a consistent, nonstop level. And it's important in this moment to recognize that the subconscious mind has 50,000 to 75,000 thoughts every day. And those thoughts, even though we're not consciously aware of them, they're still influencing us. Our subconscious mind gets all of its data from our physical environment. So that means that basically the environment of our home is spoon-feeding our subconscious mind data, which it's going to turn around and create these thoughts. And that's why we could be at home and then all of a sudden we could be in a really good mood, or we could be in a really bad mood, and we don't know how it happened, but something was going on within our mind that triggered this feedback loop of events. So does anyone have any questions at this point about the duality of interior design, and that literally the interior of our home is impacting the interior of the self? And one of the surprising things is that our home offers a map to self-actualization. It offers a map to elevating our level of consciousness. And so our home is like sensorial nutrition for our mind, for our spirit, for our physiology. And so if we're on that path of self-actualization, our home can actually help accelerate and elevate that process. And on the other side of the spectrum, if we're in any form of survival mode, if we're dealing with self-sabotage, our home is perpetuating what's happening, but our home offers us an opportunity to change that dynamic. So I am going to be offering a program called the Magnetic Home, and it's really your magnetic home, because we're constantly manifesting and our environment is just reinforcing that process. And so this program, the Magnetic Home, is going to take us room by room through our home and align our space in a way that helps us create more of what we want. So if you would like to learn more about that, type magnetic in the comments and I'll send that to you. And also, this approach is really fabulous for life coaches, for designers, for anyone in the wellness industry, because here's the thing, our home is a key component to how we're thriving, how we're flourishing, what's going on in our life, what's showing up, like what are the patterns showing up? Because if we're going after something and we're only using the internal environment of our mind and our willpower and our passion, we're missing out on a huge opportunity. Our home is our primary environment. It's like human ecology. And so we want to learn how we can optimize our space, how we can adapt our space without buying anything new. It's just a matter of optimizing and adapting and better utilizing our space so it communicates specific messages in a specific way so that we can move closer to what we want. Okay, so if you're interested in integrating this into your existing career or practice, type neuro, N-E-U-R-O, into the comments, and I'll send you a link to my career seminar. And if you're interested in implementing this process into your home and joining me, wow, that was my rooster. He made a call, and then all of the chickens ran under the she shed. And there you go. There's the raven. That was the call, and now my dog is being protector. Okay, so I digress. On August 11th is when I'm opening this program, the Magnetic Home. And for the first 6 weeks, I'm going to be guiding it live. And so every week we're going to jump on a call and we're going to address one room at a time. So if you're interested in that, type magnetic or magnet in the comments, and I will send you a link to that with a really special price. So just be aware, there is a duality to design. We are not separate from our environment. Our mind and our environment and our nervous system and our environment are having this ongoing conversation. And what we're thinking, what we're experiencing, how we're feeling is under the influence of that. And so we want to curate our home in a way that soothes the nervous system, that supports more of the thoughts that we want, because this is how we create. This is how we manifest. Manifesting is simply just an alignment game. It's just an alignment game. And our environment is a huge opportunity to help shore up that alignment and to help support that alignment. So we're consistently in an environment that's reflecting who we are, our values, and more of what we want to bring into our life. And so each room in our home communicates to specific areas of our life. And when we go through the Magnetic Home program, that's why we work on one room at a time. We work on one aspect of our life at a time. And it's super, super fun. The women in my programs are just beyond amazing. And one of the most fun things is that we get to know each other and we get to be friends and we get to do this process together and celebrate the magic and the results that happen, which are immediate, lasting, and beneficial and meaningful. And with that said, sometimes things get uncomfortable before they get comfortable, because when we're aligning our space in this way, what is not in alignment gets louder. What's not in alignment gets more uncomfortable. And so a lot of times when we start to implement this work, some things happen that might not be comfortable, but it's accelerating our alignment with what we want. So that's something important to know. Okay, does anyone have any questions? I will be posting this live. So if you're just joining now, don't worry, you'll be able to pop back in. We're talking about the duality of design and how our environment has a direct relationship with what's going on internally on a physical, mental, emotional, and energetic level, and what's showing up in our life. Because when we align our environment with what we want, with our intentions and our values, that's when manifesting happens. Manifesting and elevating our level of consciousness are just byproducts of this work. And it's all an alignment game. So on August 11th, I'm going to be guiding this live in the Magnetic Home program. If you're interested, type magnet in the comments below. If you want to learn how to integrate this work into your design practice, your coaching practice, your wellness practice, type neuro in the comments below, and I'll send you the link to the career seminar. And just know that the Magnetic Home is part of the Neurospatial Linguistics Integrated Design program. So if you join the Magnetic Home and later you want to do the neuro design program, it's also a part of it. Okay, I think that's it for now. If anyone has any questions, definitely please DM me or ask me in the comments now, and I'll be sure to answer. Otherwise, I'm going to sign off, and tomorrow we're going to be talking about design and well-being and the different aspects of well-being in this process of neurospatial linguistics design. All right. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope you have a beautiful day.